Okay, so before we get into today's video, I'm gonna do something a little, I don't really think it's that different from what I've done before, but like, y'all know I really don't like to talk about real people and their lives and like what they have going on, like celebrities, like as far as like, I don't like to say anything unless it's something positive because I just feel like, for one, it makes me uncomfortable to do that. I just don't feel personally comfortable with doing that. And also, it's like I wouldn't like it if anyone did that to me. And I kind of live by a thing of like, if I wouldn't want someone to do this to me, why do it to someone else? So, yeah, that's like my main reasoning usually for not talking about people negatively, like celebrities and whatever. Like, I just feel like even though they're celebrities, that doesn't mean that I have the right to bash them, especially because I don't know them personally. Unless it's like obvious, dickheads with people like we really have hard, solid evidence that they're a douchebag, like Tory Lanez. Anyway, so that's usually my reasoning. But I am so irritated by what's going on with Sabrina Carpenter because she, for those of you who don't follow her, who don't know what's going on, she posted her, first of all, let's back it up. Man Child comes out. And I mean, I was vibing with the song. And then when the video came out, I was like, whoa. I was like, that's a really good video. Like, it's a really, 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 really good video. And then it was like, I went online and I was just kind of like, I wasn't even looking for anything related to it. I just was kind of on Twitter. I was just like online. I see people being like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. Oh my God, all her songs sound the same. Just saying, like, I'm not going to go on and on, but like, just every negative thing they could possibly say about it, they were saying it, and they're just saying like it's a terrible song in general. And I'm sure she's not taking it to heart for the most part. It's a lot I kind of want to like unpack with this. It's like, I feel like when you reach a certain level of stardom, of presence online, like I've talked about before, it's kind of like the same pattern where you're unknown, you're kind of doing your thing, and then all of a sudden something you do blows up and people love you. Like you get this outpour of love and admiration, and people are telling you you're so talented and all this other stuff. And then sure enough, it's like I've seen it happen with so many stars where it's like at first they're like, "Oh my God, I love that. Like I love the way you talk. I love the way you act. I love the way you do everything. You're just doing the thing." And then it's like out of nowhere, it'll be like, "You know what? You know what? You've been liked for a little too long. Let's fix that." And then it's like they just find everything to hate about you. Everything that you're doing that was literally the same thing, like you're doing the exact same thing you've always done that they were praising you for, suddenly they just hate it. And it's just like crazy to me that that continues to happen with so many people I see like get pushed into the limelight. And then when you complain, or when anybody complains about what they're experiencing, which it's all the same complaints, it's not really a I don't think it's a unique experience in the way that like everybody's not saying the same thing. Like there are so many people who get to a certain level of fame and then they tell their audience, or they're talking to people who are outside of their audience, really. Like they're not even talking to their audience because their audience is usually pretty respectful, and like they understand the boundaries that they're setting and they respect them. But then it's people outside of that who feel like they're being forced to interact or forced to listen or forced, like I don't understand where this is coming from, that they feel like this artist or this celebrity or whoever is being shoved down their throat, when we live in a era of the internet where you can literally mute words and phrases and names and all that. So I don't understand where this like I'm being forced. And then even still, even if like let's say that like you did that and then the names or whoever you didn't want to see was still coming up, you can literally just scroll. You're not like being forced to sit there and watch that person or interact with that person. And I'll just stand on this conversation forever because it's just ridiculous to me. And people don't see that it's like this stuff that's happening on the internet is bullying. It's bullying. Like I keep saying, you don't have to interact with these people. You don't have to spew your negativity or your hatred onto people that you don't know. I don't care how much you've read up on them. I don't care how much you feel like you've seen them on your screen nonstop. I don't care what interview you watch. I don't care what clip that you saw on TikTok or whatever. You don't know these people, and it's freaking weird. It's weird. It's not just, that's not the only thing I'm talking about. Because I feel like I've talked about this ad nauseum with like not Sabrina Carpenter, with like celebrities, people who have a presence online, like how they're being mistreated or how they're being treated by people on the internet. I've already talked about this like 1,000 times. But another part of this conversation is that I feel like there's this weird thing happening right now. So after Manchild comes out, it's like this outpour of like, I feel like it's a lot of people not liking it. I have seen some people who like get it, who just get it and they love it and whatever. So I've seen that too. But I've seen a lot of people saying that they hate it. And so that kind of brings me to the next part of what happens is like, she just announced that she's going to be doing an album, and she releases the album cover, and the album cover is her on her knees with her hair being pulled. And it's even more hate. And it's like, guys, you don't have to like everything that you see. You don't. You don't have to. You think that I enjoy every single piece of art, media, whatever that I see? No, I don't. But I don't come on here. I don't go on Twitter. I don't go on TikTok. I don't go anywhere and put this negativity that I'm feeling about it where someone that made the art, that made this, can see it. There is such a thing as constructive criticism, and there is being disrespectful. And then there's the bullying. Like, that's what bothers me the most, is the bullying, the lack of media literacy, all of that. It's irritating as hell to watch. And I'm saying it for me, I'm saying it for the people watching, I'm saying it for the people who feel the same way, that like we're just kind of tired of this, like everybody's in competition with each other to see who can be the biggest asshole. Like, that's basically the best way I can put it. Like, everybody's in competition with each other to see who can be the meanest. Why? Because like I've said before, if you're happy with your life, if you're actually fulfilled and happy in your life, you don't feel the need to do this stuff with random people that you would never even sit next to. She comes out with the album cover and it's all this stuff like, oh my God, this set us back 100 years. Oh my God, this is anti-feminist. Oh my God, I'm so disappointed in Sabrina Carpenter because she's degrading herself for a man. I can't support this type of behavior. I went on a rant about it a little bit on my Instagram story because it was very, very irritating to see. And one thing that someone said that I feel like put it perfectly, I'm finna pull it up. Someone said, the people saying that Sabrina is degrading herself, you clearly never held all the power even though you were on your knees. You think softness equals submission because you've never used femininity as leverage. She's weaponizing the male gaze. And that's how I feel about it. Ultimately, for me, it's like a thing of, what are we talking about? Because on one hand, we're saying that we support women in their... This is just a bigger conversation for me. That's why I'm bringing it up. Because this show that we're talking about is about women. It is about feminism. It is about all these different things related to the experiences being a woman in different ways. So I felt like this was the perfect place to talk about it. And like I said, I feel like this is a much bigger conversation where it's like, how are we defining feminism? Because I thought that feminism was about women and their choice. That's what I thought. But then I go online and I see people who are like Flo Millie got pregnant and people were like, oh my God, she's ruined her life. Oh my gosh, she's ruined her life. I can't believe she ruined her life like that. Coi Leray got pregnant. Oh my God, I can't believe that she did that. Oh my gosh, she ruined her life. Halle Bailey. The amount of BS that I see with the conversation and discourse around Halle Bailey is insane to me. Not just from DDG fans. Like, it's just insane to me. It's like you either have one half that's like completely defending DDG and oh my God, he's just a father, he just whatever. And then you have another half of it where it's people who are like emphasizing that because Halle got pregnant, she ruined her life. It's not about the fact that we have the knowledge that these relationships ended up not working out. It's the fact that before we had any concrete proof, any indication, anything that these relationships were not working out or that these situations were not going to work, people were wishing on their downfall. People were using just the very fact, that's what it is. People were using just the very fact that these women got pregnant as a signal or a symbol that they ruined their lives, that their bag was going to stop. Are we not in 2025? It's just irritating. It's irritating sometimes being a woman and like this expectation or like these narratives that keep getting passed around about what you're supposed to do or not do with your life. It's like you can never win. And I get it, people have said that, and that was literally the whole point of the Barbie movie, which a lot of you guys clearly missed. But it's annoying that, like, on one hand, you're expected to have children. You're expected to want to be a mother. But then if you don't want to be a mother, you're heartless. And oh my God, like you're some kind of anomaly because you don't dream of motherhood. But then if you dream of it, you're dreaming of it too soon. You're dreaming of it. Or if you're not dreaming of it too soon, you're dreaming of it too late. You missed your window. What is happening? You're always behind, you're never ahead, you're never on time, according to someone else's clock. And this is why I'm the biggest advocate for doing whatever it is you want to do. It's your life. You should be doing whatever it is that you want to do with your life, because you only got one to live. Unless you believe in coming back, which is fine. But I'm saying use your time on this earth for what you want to do and be fulfilled in your choices, because you will never get it right if you're going based off of what somebody else thinks you should be doing. You'll never get it right. Even if you do get it right, what about you being satisfied? What about you? Is that what you want? It's about what you want. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing this stuff every time. And then what happens is 20 years later, when their brain finally clicks on, then they're like, oh wait, no, she was kind of innovative. Oh wait, she was kind of ahead of her time. Oh wait, she was kind of this. And I'm not saying everyone that has a different idea is ahead of their time, but I'm saying, like, can we just let people be? Sabrina is not setting women back 100 years because she's on her knees with getting her hair pulled. And then has no one considered that maybe the zoomed out image of this is her pulling her own hair? Has no one considered that? I'm not saying it is, but it really doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if it's her pulling her own hair. It doesn't matter if it's a man. It doesn't matter if it's a lesbian. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter. It's what she wanted to do. So what are we talking about? Like, mind your own coochie. I think that's what I'm really trying to say. And I said that on my story. Mind your own coochie, please. Why are you worried about what Sabrina's doing? What are you doing? Because if we took the focus off Sabrina or any of these female celebrities and put the lens back on you, what are you doing? I can guarantee you it's not nothing worth talking about, because you will be talking about that and not what she's doing. So I just had to get that off my chest because it's too much discourse happening with this. I love Sabrina's music. I love what she's doing. I don't know what she obviously has coming in the future, but at this moment, I love what she's doing. And I just love women that do whatever they want to do. I truthfully, I think that's what it means to support women. Like, it's her choice. Now, we could be in an uproar if this was not her choice. Now, that's when we should definitely be outspoken and we should be creating think pieces and all this other stuff. I think that that's definitely necessary. But I support, if this is her choice, if this is what she wants to do, if being this way is her authentic self, that is what I support. So, again, just had to get that off my chest. And thank you guys so much for listening. If you stayed for this whole thing. And yeah, let's get started with the video.
Yara loves TV. Yes, I made a theme song so that I can talk about all my favorite shows. Oh yeah. And this is just your disclaimer that this is not me talking about any of the actors themselves, but more so their characters. Please do not attack me in the comments. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, even those who disagree with me. But let's keep it friendly. All right, let's get started with the show.
This episode is brought to you by coffee, the center of my universe. And yeah, I don't know what else I had to say. You know what I've always wondered? Is it really true that when people, what causes the hiccups?
God was listening.
I ain't gonna cap. When I saw the truck roll up, I forgot that it was Mike's truck, and I thought she was finna get hit by a truck. I'm sorry. Why did that make me laugh? Why did that make me laugh? I'm saying, why did it make me laugh? And I'm trying to hold back the laughter. No, because see, when I first saw the dog, I was thinking like, oh, maybe that's why they brought back the dog, because they was trying to like, he was gonna save the day. What is he, Lassie? Wait, didn't Susan literally say that last season? But yeah, like, I was thinking the reason they brought back the dog was because he was gonna save the day, not be part of the problem. Ooh. Oh yeah, after that, I would have quit drinking. Hello, if you're new here. My name is Kira, if this is your very first video. And I review TV shows. God, I never know what to say. When I do this, I never know what to say. I think it's obvious. But yeah, I review TV shows. I talk a little bit about life, and I relate TV back to life. That's essentially the premise of this channel. I hope you enjoy, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, or if you're just not already subscribed. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. And there's a playlist. There is a playlist full of videos. If you're not caught up to this point, I have discussed the entirety of season 1 on this channel. So anyways, please subscribe and enjoy the video. I keep forgetting that this is literally the same night as the last episode, because like it's been a month since we talked about Desperate Housewives. So yeah, it's the exact same night from the previous episode.
I would never like to feed a dog.
I'm sorry.
And that's Zach with an H, pointing a gun at me.
So the police come in and they're asking Susan and Mike questions about what happened and why Zach was involved in this and whatever, like what happened. Mike is kind of taking the route of like he wants to defend Zach, and I'm pretty sure it's because at this point he knows that he's Deidre's son, which was his best friend or past ex-girlfriend. Memory's a little hazy. Just watch like the last episodes that I reviewed on it. That'll clear it up. He's kind of trying to take the road of like, you know, he's a young kid. He didn't mean to hurt anybody, blah, blah, blah. And Susan is like, lock him up. Susan is like, lock him up. She said, it's Zach with an H. Yeah. Get to it. Julie goes into the hallway and she overhears Mike talking to the police and telling him that it's really more like a domestic dispute, and it's really nothing to press charges about. What are we doing? Am I gonna have to cover this again? I don't even remember him being in season 2. It's happening, guys. It's happening. It's still happening.
It's gonna be awesome.
The fact that you're using words like awesome to describe this affair, fully knowing that she's still married to Carlos. I want her to be free from the shackles.
You brought luggage? We can have a real relationship.
How are you going to have a real relationship when she's still married? Ugh. Gabrielle throws John's luggage out because she's like, listen, now that you told Carlos about us and this whole situation, I don't want nothing to do with you. And so she throws it out and she reminds him that even if the baby was his, she still does not want to raise the baby with him. And she doesn't want to be with him either. Hit the road, John. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, John. And don't you come back no more. Get him out of there.
It's my job to clean that up now, so it's my call, right?
4 seconds. It took you 4 seconds to piss me off again. That's how I feel. Cause how? In 30 seconds, Tom ain't even really said nothing. His first line, he coming out the gate pissing me off.
You are brilliant.
And that is why Lynette stays trapped in this never-ending Tom cycle. This is why she's trapped in this mess. Because it's like he'll say something so moronic and then 2 seconds later he's loving and he's so endearing and oh my God, no, you can do anything, Lynette. I believe in you. And it's like you just get sucked in. Not me. I'm talking about her. That's how she keeps getting stuck in this. Also, she has 4 kids. I mean, Meanwhile, in the background, Bree has been sitting here watching a clock, counting down to when exactly she's going to call her friends and ruin their day with the news that Rex has passed.
I'd hate to throw it away.
Yeah, I know, Bree, but I just don't think anybody wants to drink milk of your dead husband. They know it was supposed to be his. Just no. No. Bree tells the girls that Rex has passed, and so they're all kind of trying to crowd around her and be supportive. She offers them Rex's milk that he bought last week, and I wouldn't have taken it either. Here we go. This guy right here, why is he dressed like John?
I could never do both jobs.
What is she wearing? Is this a lace bra just out? Like, is she wearing a corset? What is she wearing? All right. She said, Lynette, be early. Show me something. And all I'm thinking is, I think she's seen enough from you.
I think you should wear it for the funeral.
What? No, that's going to clash with the outfit. What was that? Am I becoming a fashion guru? I'm just kidding, y'all. Please do not take me serious.
I even kept the dirty magazine that he hid under his mattress.
Yep. And that'll do it for today. That'll do it. I want to skip, but I don't know what's going to come next. She is the boy mom, the mother-in-law that you fear. And not in the way you're actually scared of her, but on some level you kind of are, because you just don't know how inappropriate it's gonna get. You can love your child, but do you keep their dirty magazines? No. Ladies and gentlemen, the answer will be no.
Looks like Dad was in a big breast.
That's why I was surprised when he married your mother.
Oh my God, what's happening? What is happening? Here we go.
Okay, yes, I had a little affair.
Okay, yes, I had a little. What would be a big affair? And then didn't this go on for like a year or like maybe more? I hope not. But like, didn't it go on? It went on too long. It went on long enough. A little affair would be like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. But a year? That ain't not no little affair.
But it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Nobody died.
His mother did. His mother did kind of. I mean, she put herself in that position because she didn't have to be snooping and trying to catch you in the act. But she did.
See, so technically you cheated too.
Gabrielle, I was with you, and then no.
No, okay, that was.
I don't blame him. I would have got up too.
I want a paternity test.
Oh, wait a minute. He ain't playing no games. He said, I'm not playing with your mind. We getting that paternity test done. Gabrielle showed up to the courthouse thinking that everything was going to be Punky Brewster. Tell me something. Oh, you're not going to speak to me? No, he's not going to speak to you. Not only did he find out that you're having an affair, even though he did kind of choose to react the way he did. But I'm saying, like, now his sentence could be even longer, and the baby might not even be his. I wouldn't talk to you. So the mystery neighbors, this is the mom, this is her son. They're obviously hiding some secret or something, which we'll get through, I'm sure, by the end of the season. The son lies about his dad passing away in order to, I guess he was saying it would help their cover story. And, they're going to do that. They're going to hint at the fact that this family has some huge secret or whatever. I can't remember what I remember, like the big thing with them, but I don't remember every little detail of like why they moved there, why they were lying, what was going on. I don't remember all that, but obviously we're gonna see. Julie tells Susan that she overheard the conversation between Mike and the cop, and that Mike is not on her side like she thinks he is. I told you. When you have a mentality like Gabrielle, where no matter what situation you find yourself in, you're gonna find a way to win. You're gonna find a way to look at it through a positive light. You're always going to win. I'm telling you.
It's little stories.
So he needs little stories for the funeral service. Are you gonna tell him about the dirty magazines? Or what kind of stories you gonna bring? I'm scared.
How many pages do you have there?
15.
What did Ross say when he was like, you rambled on for 18 pages, front and back? Bree said that 3 anecdotes from Rex's childhood at the funeral service would be more than enough. I think that was more than fair.
Seems fair.
I always knew I liked you, Reverend. I always knew I liked you, Sir Charles. I always knew I liked I always knew I liked you, Headmaster Charles.
We might as well focus on the happiest time.
Are you ready to rumble? I'm telling you, they get ghetto on this show.
Let's talk flowers. Now, I know lilies are tradition.
The happiest time in Rex's life was not his childhood. He may have loved being a father, but your marriage was a disaster.
Bree, this is my second time telling you. It's my second time telling you. Slap that smile right up her face, Bree. Slap it. I'm not even playing. I don't think I got it in me.
You are no longer invited to the funeral.
Show them why I like you. Show them why I like you. Show them why I like you. Hey.
You're not serious.
Oh, yes, I am.
I ain't gonna cap, as she should be. Either that or she don't need to go. Bree uninvited his mama from her son's funeral, and I know some people gonna be in my comments like, that's so terrible, that's so awful. But this lady is nasty. Y'all gonna disagree. Some people gonna just disagree. You gonna think that that's real low down. Like I said, I feel like either Bree shouldn't go or she don't need to go. Somebody don't need to go, because somebody gonna reach across the table and somebody gonna get choked out. And I don't know who, but I just feel like somebody don't need to go.
I am going to hire security. They will be instructed to beat you with those sticks.
This is the first I love Bree of the season. I love her. That is my girl. Uh-oh, my other fave. Susan is caught up to speed on the tea about how Deirdre had a baby and that baby was Zach, and Mary Alice killed Deirdre, and now she knows everything now. Mike gets a call saying that they think that Zach has passed and they want him to come down and identify the body just to verify. I was gonna say, I don't remember Zach dying. Yeah, that ain't Zach. And I think Susan is starting to put two and two together that Zach is actually Mike's son.
Zach is your son, isn't he?
Yeah.
So after telling Rex's mom that she couldn't come to the funeral because of how disgusting she was talking to Bree, Bree ends up changing her mind for the sake of her children and for what Rex would have probably wanted. And she decides to let her come, and then she turns around talking about someone should get my luggage. Child, she would have been, let me be quiet. Let me be quiet now.
You.
Ooh, on God. On God. So Lynette is trying to get out of the door and go to work, and she discovers Tom on the floor after he's thrown his back out, and he's claiming that he doesn't think that he's going to be able to take care of Penny today because he threw his back out. Now, I don't know what it feels like when you've thrown your back out. I'm assuming it's probably very painful. But it kind of pisses me off because it's like, I know for a fact, had that happened to Lynette, he would have just left her and went to work anyway. I know that she would have just had to figure it out. And it's just not fair, especially when she just started this job and she's trying to make a good impression. And this is something that she hasn't been able to do for years, despite really wanting to. And again, it's just not fair. So when Lynette gets to work, she decides to give Penny to a young man whose name she pretty much did not even know. Again, I just think that the tone back then, I'm just like assuming that the tone back then was a lot different. People were a lot more trusting of other people with their kids, which is, I'm not trying to blame people, but it's like, I feel like that was one of the main reasons why we have so many cases of like stuff happening to kids, is because people were far less suspicious, and stuff like this seems like it was more common. And I'm not just saying that based off of this moment. I'm not saying this based off of just this show. It just seems like that's a theme in a lot of early 2000 shows I watched, like the culture of that time. Like they leave their kids with 15-year-olds. And I think even today, probably some people still do that. I'm not really shaming. I'm just more like, I just couldn't do it. Like, I would be terrified. Child, I'm terrified now even sending my daughter to freaking daycare. And this is why I was saying what I was saying. Like, that is exactly why I was saying what I was saying. I'm gonna assume that Lynette is just trying to be trying to keep her composure because I would have flew up out of my seat.
Radio, the billboards. Could you excuse me?
Yo, it's making me so mad. Oh my God.
Take the office across the hall. I gotta run.
Go with it. Go with it. Go with it. Go with it. Go with it.
Right. Okay, obviously I'm gonna clean that up. So sorry. That's your end.
So Susan and Mike break up again, or I'm assuming this is a breakup. Basically, they're not moving in together because she's like, I can't be anywhere near Zach, and neither can Julie because of stuff that he's done. So we just can't be together because you're obviously going to want to have a relationship with him and be a dad to him and all this other stuff. And yeah, which honestly, that makes sense. Like now it's starting to kind of make a little bit more sense as to why he didn't just tell her that from the jump. Edie at the funeral service serving looks. Oh my God, I love this. I love this outfit. Ooh, Gabby too. I like that. Kick her in the face, Bree. Just kick her in the face. It's okay. Just do it one time. Just one good time. Just kick her in the face. It's not gonna hurt nobody except her. Don't hold it in. Don't hold it in. Lose your mind. Okay, that's what my mind would have been saying. And that might be part of my problem. But my mind would have been like, lose it. Lose it right now. Let her have it. Let her have it. Now, I'm saying all this in this little bubble. And I know I probably would have, honestly, like, for real, I probably would have just did the same thing. I probably would have sat my behind down. But in my mind, my brain would have been like, lose it. Just lose it for the one time. Don't fight it. Lose your shit. Go ahead. Fight the good fight. Baddie, shot a clock. Oh my God, I would have been fighting some demons. Like, you know how you have like that little, the devil on your shoulder, you having the angel? My angel would have been like, I would have had her lips like this. And then the devil would have been on the side. Lose it. Oh man, it would have took everything. Bree is a very strong woman. She took her son spitting in her face, kicking her a little bit. Rex disrespected her nonstop. The side piece disrespected her. She takes a lot of crap. And I know some people be looking at it like, no, you're weak for that. Like, you should really be stomping on anybody who try you. But people don't understand when you know that you can let the rage just go. Like, you just know. You know you can let it loose. But you keep choosing to keep your calm. Because you really don't want no legal trouble, or because like you just don't want to like be that person no more. People don't know. Okay, the type of strength you gotta pull on so that you don't lose your shit. Okay, sorry. People started getting up. She started looking like she forgot where she was. That's how in here she is. It's okay, Bree. Let it out. Let it out. And you know Bree got OCD. Why would you even play with her like that? You know she got OCD. She is not gonna let that man be buried with no orange and green freaking tie. With a black suit on. I'm gonna need y'all to be one thing and one thing only. Be so freaking for real. Be so freaking for real. She's not finna let that slide. She's not finna hop up out that seat. She finna fly up out that seat. She finna fly.
Wait!
I knew it!
Do not close that coffin.
And then Headmaster Charleston knows she not nothing to play with. That's why he gave the little look. He was like, you better open up the casket for the move. That's how he was. What you looking at? You shouldn't have played with her. You shouldn't have played with her. Do not play with Bree. I know she looked poised and calm and whatever, but she the type, she don't really gotta like put the pause on you. It's more like she could just she could do it, but like she do it mentally. Does that make sense? Yeah. Everybody knows she not to play with. Look at Gabrielle. Lynette looks so scared. She like give her the time. Give her time. I didn't think she was gonna have to lift him. That's what got me shocked. I knew she was gonna switch out the tie, but I didn't think she was gonna have to literally lift his body. Oh my God. Yo. Some people probably gonna argue that was extra, but I feel like it was very much necessary because that lady, The little devil on my shoulder is like, yeah, it was Kiara. It was very much necessary. Now they're all caught up to speed, and I think this will probably be like one of the last few times we mention Mary Alice and that whole ordeal.
I'll get the tray. You take the gun.
I'll take the tray. You get the gun. Alright, then. She's sitting there playing the piano, and he comes in with a tray, of dinner. And at first you're thinking, oh, it's gotta be for her. And then she says, I'll get the tray. You get the gun. Okay. So at the end, a hand comes out, touches the tray, and it's someone else in there that we haven't seen. Isn't that great, guys? Anyway, that wraps up this episode. We haven't seen Paul Young this episode. There was mentions of him, but we have not seen him. We didn't get that much from Edie Britt. Love her. Need more from her. Can't get enough, actually. And, yeah, it was a really good episode. I enjoyed it. Glad to be back talking about Desperate Housewives. And I will see you guys in the next one. The bane of my existence.